Alright, so I figured we'd give you a little shot of inside the cabin here. As you can see, I got Declan in the back seat there. Cohen, you want us to pop in and say hi?
Hi.
Yeah. So, one of the things I really like about the Bronco is that, you know, it really is a multi-purpose vehicle. Not a lot of utility, to be honest with you, and I think a lot of you guys that have them will agree that you can do some utility work with them, but I mean the back area is relatively small. Lack of four doors poses some challenges logistically in terms of just using it for a lot of work. But it definitely is multi-purpose, and you can camp with this truck, you can off-road, you can go to the grocery store, you can go, run various errands. You can really do a lot of different things, and the Bronco does them all pretty well. Clearly, off-road, fire trails, that type of thing. It's really what this vehicle was really designed for. I could not think of a better vehicle if you owned a ranch or some sort of property in which you needed to scoot around on and check on things. Obviously, if you're trying to haul stuff and things like that, bigger, 1-ton pickup truck, that type of thing is going to be better for you. But in terms of just maneuverability, generally a good ride. Enough room to bring some stuff with you, but not really a whole lot. Certainly a lot better than a Jeep. Even the four-door Jeeps, the big Broncos definitely still have much better capacities internally. So, so it does a lot of things well, and it's a unique vehicle. You just don't see too many two-door SUVs, period, anymore. They're really limited to the Broncos, the Blazers, some of the Jeeps, but the Jeep is in a class all by itself. Just in the same way I really firmly believe the full-size Bronco is, and the full-size Bronco, while particularly the 78, 79 share a lot of the architecture of the early Broncos, it is definitely a uniquely different vehicle, while at the same time being, still retaining the spirit of the early Bronco. Overall, I like the uniqueness of the Bronco. It's not like any other vehicle out there. There's never been another vehicle, full size with a V8, solid axles, partially removable roof. There's been some other, similar vehicles similar to it, but I guess the later model Blazers had the half roof as well. But they're Blazers. Who wants to drive that? I mean, they're not the greatest vehicles in the world, at least for us Bronco guys. So, and then the question is, what's next for this Bronco? So, we need to finish up our 8-lug upgrade. There's a lot of refinement that I want to make in the suspension. As I mentioned in an earlier video, we want to do a rear sway bar. I've looked at multiple options for a front anti-rock style sway bar. Because of the direction of the pitman arm, it's really difficult to get a front sway bar on the front of these trucks. Then beyond that, it's a little bit of body work I want to do. The front fenders have a couple dings and dangs in them, partially from not trimming them earlier and getting caught in a wheel to a really bad spotter last year in Pennsylvania. Could have just told me to stop and would have kept me from smacking the front fender into a tree. I would have really appreciated that. So, some fenders on it, some sort of paint job. The truck's got about, it looks like 5 or 6 different paint jobs over the years. So it's going to have to be brought down at some point. I want something that's durable, easy to repair, something that could be, blended in, because just face it, we're gonna scratch it up a little bit. The objective is not to turn it into some sort of truggy or something like that where it's getting beat up too bad. But it's a truck that we use. So then at that point, I think really we're just into refinement and polishing. I've seen a lot of the guys in the early Bronco community that first 5, 6, 7 years of their build. It's really about, you know, getting everything to work properly, and then they spend the rest of the time polishing up, and then by year, you know, 10, 11, 12, all of a sudden now they got, you know, a really capable vehicle. They know how to drive it, so they don't bang it up as much, and they got really something that's really something special. So these projects are very long term. You know, whether it's budgetary constraints, time constraints, kids, moving, houses, all those different life things that get in the way. One thing I can caution everybody on is to not lose sight that the Broncos are a long game. That, you know, if you stick with it and build it smartly, you're gonna have something that you can really enjoy. So with that, like I said, I hope you guys vote for us. Would really appreciate it. You know, we'd really like to compete for full size of the year. We're sort of getting the hang of how to do this media side of the Bronco competition. We were a little slow in the beginning, but I think you know, now that we've got the hang of it. Heck, I only moved up to an iPhone last year, so I'm a little bit behind the times in terms of technology. So you know, I thank all those that voted for me, and all those that cast their votes for me today. And I hope everyone has a great Easter, and you know, keep on trucking. All right, see you later.